Hi, I'm Cass from breezeyachting.swiss, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough on this unique boat, which is a Mulder 94. It's unique because it's a Dutch build, so it has the Dutch pedigree, it's full aluminium, but it's also unique because it's the only 94 that was ever built by the shipyard. So let's have a good look around Firefly. Firefly is a 2016 Mulder 94. She has had only one owner from new, and she's fully commercially coded for charter. The length of the boat is 28.65 meters with a beam of 6.85 meters and a displacement of 100 tons. At a cruising speed of 11 knots, Firefly consumes 90 litres per hour for both engines, which is already very good. However, if you drop that down to 8.5, the consumption drops to 30 litres per hour for both engines, with the range going upwards of 5,000 nautical miles at slow speed. This boat is basically a Dutch super yacht in a small package. It has all the hallmarks of a Dutch quality, but in a compact space. So let's start here on the transom. As you can see, it's quite wide, quite a good space. And although it doesn't have a hydraulic platform that goes up and down, what it does have is this center piece that lifts up and over and then can go into the water, which is really good. So you can actually use it like you would a hydraulic bathing platform, but it also means that if you're stern to, you can use it as a step ladder up onto the quay. Here, just as you move forward, there's the door for the garage, which we can show you later. And then you have access up to the main deck from either side of the boat. Moving here into the aft cockpit, again, it's typical of a Dutch build. It's very simple but neat, and you can just feel the quality, the robustness of it. I mean, look at these cleats. They're proper, like ship cleats, solid. You have this seating area at the back, really nice and comfortable, good view. Got a camera at the back here. There's a lot of boats here. We're in Malta. I think it's party season, so let's try and film the outside before it gets too busy, and then we'll go inside. Let's look at the Flybridge. Solid stairs as well as we come up to the Flybridge. And as you can see, it's a huge area for the size of the boat. Back here on the aft end of the Flybridge, you have this open space which can be used for sunbathing, but also it's where the tender and the jet ski are stored. As you can see, you've got this crane, so basically you have the tender and the jet ski up here, and then you can launch them with the crane into the water. But like this, it's a huge open space that you can use. Here we have a bar area, some stool seating around. It's got a fridge, an ice maker, sink, and a really nice entertaining space. And then opposite is the industrial barbecue, which is really neat as well. Moving forward, we've got these two sofa areas with tables, and these are on a rise and fall. You've got this skylight above, which gives you a bit of light but also protects you from the sun. And then here at the front is the upper helm station, which I really like because it's in the center, which isn't typical of yachts. I always wonder why they have to be on one side or the other. In the middle, you feel like you're really driving a ship, and the visibility is great looking forward. Now let's head to the foredeck. You got access to the engine room here on the port side. There's a side gate as well to get off the boat if you're alongside. You've got a door into the lower helm station. And here you've got this super spot for chilling at the bow of the boat. Table goes up and down. You've got a U-shaped seating, and when the table goes down, you can have it as a full sunbed. And then you've got insets to put poles, so you can have a shade on top as well. Moving forward, you've got a nice large twin anchor arrangement, so either side of the hull, which is great. They're not on top of each other. And this step at the front for your Titanic moment gives you a nice view off the bow of the boat. Now let's check out the interior, which you can access by pressing this button, and the door opens automatically. And here you have a lovely saloon, a dining area. So the seating area is on this side, and then you've got a TV that comes up on a rise and fall over here. And then if we move forward, there's storage space all along here and in here. And look at this lovely table. It's got a glass center, and inside it's got real coral, which the owner assures me has certificates for. That's quite a nice feature to this boat. Moving forward, you have access to the guest accommodation here, and then here on the port side is the galley, which is a sizable galley for the size of the boat. It's got everything you need, dishwasher, quite a large oven, everything's Miele. 2 fridge freezers, a microwave, and very important, you've got an access door onto the side deck as well, so the crew don't have to walk through if there are guests in the saloon, and also if you're cooking and you want to have some fresh air, you can open the door as well. Then if we come through here, if you come forward, you've got the wheelhouse, which is really nice because it's very far forward on the boat, so the visibility is great. You've got windows all the way around, so for long distance cruising, it's ideal. And the great thing about Firefly is that although it's only 94 feet, it has a huge fuel capacity of up to 17,000 litres, and the hull is designed as semi-displacement, so it can cruise for a really long time. We've worked out that at about 8 knots, which is a slower cruising speed, it has a range of up to 5,000 nautical miles, which is unreal. Top speed, according to the captain, is approximately 14 knots. The brochure says 17, but if we say 14, 15 knots, I think that's fair. But she's very comfortable on the water, you know, super stable, has the 0-speed fin stabilisers. It's also got a FLIR camera, night vision, so you can very comfortably cruise this through the night wherever you're going. So here we have the engine throttle. It's got CAT C18s with the engine hours to date are 4,000. Generator hours are 6,600 odd, and you've got a triple touchscreen display by Raymarine, which is super, so you can split the screens between camera, radar and GPS. The engines have their own separate monitoring system, so you can check oil levels and so on when you're underway. It's got AIS. It's got autopilot, which is strangely located up here on the left hand side, but anyway, and all these neat switches which are very much self-explanatory, telling you what you can switch on and off. On the starboard side of the wheelhouse, we've also got a door that gives you access to the side deck and onto the foredeck, so that's great. If you're coming on anchor, you can run forward pretty quickly. And then on the other side, on the opposite side, is this U-shaped seating, which is great for having company while you're at the helm. You can sit here and chat to the captain while he's driving. The guest accommodation on Firefly is all on the lower level, and just something interesting to note, as you come down the stairs, you've got these raised rings, stainless steel rings, and they've got what's like grip tape in the middle, and it's actually a very good idea because when you're underway, it's a good safety feature. There's no chance anyone's going to slip coming down these stairs. Let's walk into the master cabin, which is aft. It's a full beam master cabin, and as you can see on one side we've got the windows open, so you can see what it looks like with the windows open, and on this side with the curtains closed, so you have both options, and they rise and fall electrically. And as you can see over here, we've got this vanity table and this really cool lamp feature with glass, what look like planets, like a solar system. It's pretty neat. And then there's the flat screen TV, which is opposite the large double bed. Moving aft, on the port side here, we've got the walk-in wardrobe. Fairly sizable, got hanging area as well. And as you can see, we've got a sofa here on the starboard side, and in front is a really cool feature which I like, is this, it's like stone and it's backlit, and it gives a really nice touch. It's really quite funky. And on top, the owner's had his Hublot clock installed, which looks quite neat as well. And behind this door is the ensuite. Let's have a look inside. There's a separate area for a toilet and a bidet, and then a walk-in shower, very good head height as well. Moving forward to the guest area, I just want to point out again, we've got this wood flooring, which is great. I think it gives it much more of a spacious feel on the guest area. Here on the port side is one of the twin cabins, and it's showing you what it could be like with a double bed configuration, so the beds can slide together. There's an ensuite with a toilet, sink, and a nice size shower as well. All cabins are ensuite. And then if we move onto the opposite side, you can see the twin configuration. That is an option as well. So we step up forward here, and this is the VIP cabin, which is well far forward. As you can see, the bed is actually almost cut into the sides of the hull, so it's quite a long bed, decent size, very good head height, and the ensuite here as well, which is comfortable. So to summarize, in terms of accommodation, there's 4 cabins for 8 guests, and you've also got a crew area which is aft of the engine room, and that can accommodate up to 4 crew. Now let's have a look at the garage, the crew quarters and the engine room. So here at the back is the garage. They've put in a really nice sized fridge freezer on the port side, and then you've got your washer dryer on the starboard side, and this is the area where all the toys would be kept. You've got the brackets for the sea bulbs, which are out at the moment. And in here, you know, you've got the hoover, all the bits and pieces, oil, different connectors for the shore power and so on. And then if we move in, we've got the crew area, which is separated from the garage by this watertight bulkhead and door. You've got 2 cabins, both twin, so you can see the bunks in here. And then on this side is the ensuite, so there's a shower and a toilet for the crew. There's a fridge and a cooker, and then we have the mess area in here. This is the mess area. You've got a seating area here, and you've got stairs that go up to give you access to the side deck, so when you're underway, you don't have to open the garage at the back. But it's a good size. You've got everything you need. There's a TV, there's a sink. As I said, you've got the oven and the fridge over there, so it's quite a nice crew space, this. And then through this door is access into the engine room. Now let's walk into the beating heart of this boat. And the good thing about Firefly is because it's a displacement boat, you don't need huge engines in the engine room, so it gives you all the space. As you can see, I've got good head height, I can walk around. The CAT C18s are neatly tucked away below, but you can still get access to the bilges under these plates. You've got 2 generators. This is the larger of the 2, it's a 40 kilowatt. And then on the port side behind you is the 27 kilowatt generator. Here we've got a worktop with all the drawers with the screwdrivers and the tools, which is a neat way to have it all laid out for you to be able to work up here like a workstation. AC unit is here, and then the water maker is just forward of the AC unit on the starboard side. And here are the massive fuel tanks, one on either side, which gives you the range that you can get on this boat. So that concludes our walkthrough of Firefly. And I think if I was to recommend a potential buyer to this Mulder 94, I think it's pretty obvious that it's a very well appointed boat. It has Dutch pedigree, and you can see it, you can feel it when you walk around. Everything's solid, it's tough, it's comfortable. So I think the ideal client for this type of boat would be a family who are looking for long distance cruising in safety and comfort. And another very important point to mention about Firefly is that she's fully commercially coded, which means she can be chartered, ready to go. She already has a charter season up ahead with potential bookings, and she's got a history of charters. So it's a way to basically mitigate costs on the boat. You can run her as a charter boat if you want, and if you don't want to, want to have her private, you have the benefit of having all the safety equipment and the upgraded systems on board that go with it being compliant. So thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, please drop us an email or comment below, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next yacht.
We speak yachting. Let's talk.